that's a nice bag. I'm gonna use it today.
Sparring, man, it was just really bad because I wanted to impress my father the most. When I didn't perform at my best with him, or if I got hit and I didn't like it and I started crying, I would run away. I literally would run away from my father and everybody. They would look for me. This is me at 8 years old running away, my father having to call the cops, and I put my father through a lot of mess. And I would cry all the time. I would embarrass him because I would cry while he was in the corner. I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this. And that's why I never really liked sparring. It wasn't because of that I wasn't good enough. I believe it was just the fact that I was so hard on myself.
There you go. 7. There you go. You're on another level, man. You gotta relax. You gotta hold your breath.
Teofimo Lopez's preparation for Shakur makes it clear that this camp is no longer about pyrotechnics. It's about staying true to his instincts.
Pero jamás, man.
You gotta listen to my mouth.
I haven't felt.
You need to go to the field and live in that fucking field. Live in it.
Okay.
No motherfucking, no health spa, no freaking none of that shit. No health quest. I want you living in that field. That's all we need, bro.
Coach ain't having it today.
No, bro, because I see what's going on, bro. 1, 2.
Come over the hook.
Okay.
Slip.
Everything points to a single, unpleasant reality that he must come to terms with. Shakur is not defeated by blowing up early. In HD, it simply wears you out. Because there is no hiding behind significant events. The work is now purposefully nasty and involves lengthy pressure rounds. Just having to throw even when your legs beg for forgiveness, constantly moving, and constantly being punched.
The hardest parts for me was getting my butt whipped in sparring and losing. I hated losing. I hated failure. I always hated it because like I said before, I wanted to become a perfectionist.
It's the first time I ever felt like so out of it. So out of shape, bro. Like, and it's crazy. We've been working, so I can't quite understand it, but coach is like, we just gotta keep running. I ain't doing enough of it, so. But other than that, it's just part of it. There's a reason why we start, before, we do all this stuff too, is to make sure that we prevent any of these things happening when it comes to an action.
Shakur eats that alive. So breaking the habit of cutting the ring, firing a single missile, and watching it like a fireworks show is the biggest change. Now, it's smaller steps, smaller punches, and combinations that don't look flashy but actually do damage over time, even when they hit arms and shoulders. Yes, that seems dull until you realize that blocked punches continue to disrupt rhythm, steal space, and close exits.
It's limitless, so so then again, it's like I could always succeed to another level with it, and exceed to it. So it's really just trying to just keep it going, keep moving forward throughout the whole time and throughout the whole process, and mainly just have fun with it. You gotta have fun with what you do. I love this. I haven't stopped doing what I've done because of the fact that I enjoy what I do. This has been 20 years in the making.
If you enjoy Teo's highlight jumps, the footwork work is almost laughable because there is really no leaping permitted, just inching forward like a debt collector who won't go mentally. Teofimo needs to think about rounds instead of knockout, which is like instructing a sports car to enjoy traffic. Thus, this camp is probably more difficult than any weight cut. He is being taught to alter his tempo, press without throwing, throw without pressing, and cause discomfort for Shakur without providing him with clear readings. Early rounds are valued highly. He has to undermine confidence before control takes over, not because he wants a finish. Teo's ability to harm Shakur isn't the true test. It's whether he can remain composed when it doesn't immediately succeed. He loses if he chases a moment. He offers himself a real chance if he embraces being orderly, untidy, and obstinate.
1, 2. Right hand again. Give me that right hand, baby. Give me that right hand. Don't show it. Right hand. Like that. Don't show it. Right hand. Okay, come. Go. Come over here. Too fast with me. Go. Over there. That's it.
You know, Teofimo has been a bona fide world champion in 2 divisions. He was the champion at lightweight. You know, had most of the belts, defeated Lomachenko. You know, he did suffer the upset loss to Kambosos. There were some physical issues there that we didn't know about going into the fight, not to make excuses for him. But regardless, he came back.
Dan Rafael intervenes immediately after dismantling Teopo's camp and transforming him into a pressure accountant rather than a highlight hunter, thus reminding us that this battle feels more serious than mere strategies on a whiteboard. Dan made a crucial point that people tend to overlook when they are preoccupied with hot takes. Teofimo has a lengthy history of rising to the occasion. When Josh Taylor was standing there with actual stakes, Teo locked in and delivered, but he didn't shine after Kambosos didn't always appear smart. And that's important because some boxers tend to wake up on big nights.
And, you know, even though maybe he didn't shine and scintillate maybe in some of those fights after that, when it came time to step up and take on the champ, which was Josh Taylor, he shined in that fight. So when Teofimo is matched, you know, in a big time opponent, you know, he's delivered, and he's done it, you know, a number of times. Of course, Stevenson gets the job done. He has won titles from featherweight up to lightweight. You know, when his back was against the wall, quote unquote, and everybody had big expectations. You know, what did he do in his last fight against William Zepeda? He stood in the pocket, he fought the guy, and he won handily. He shut him out, basically. He won like 10 rounds.
Dan also noted that Shakur CV subtly performs the same way since, in response to criticism that he was uninteresting. Shakur stood in the pocket with Zepeda and essentially told the narrative to sit down. Because it highlights the irony, I appreciate how Dan presented it without any excitement. We pretend that these guys don't perform, yet each time expectations rise, they both adapt rather than give up. The Garden Point hit for me because New York doesn't reward nonsense. Instead, it rewards control and composure, and that environment is going to either sharpen Teo's pressure or suffocate it. When Dan mentioned their shared history at the Olympics and the Crawford undercards, it stopped feeling like a random matchup and started feeling inevitable, like 2 timelines finally colliding.
It started off, you know, a little bit heavier than Shakur, but they would eventually catch up to each other. They're both Olympians, by the way. Teofimo you know, he's American, but he fought for his parents' country of Honduras. In that same Olympic Games, it was Shakur Stevenson winning a silver medal for the United States. I mean, they have all kinds of accomplishment. I do think they have a healthy respect for a fight that belonged in America, and it didn't belong in Las Vegas. It belongs in New York City at Madison Square Garden. Teofimo is from Brooklyn. Shakur is from Newark, New Jersey, which is a 5-minute train ride from Midtown Manhattan. I mean, it's got everything you want to see. The Garden hasn't had a lot of big fights in the main arena over the last few years. The last one they had was the third fight between Katie Taylor and Serrano. But before that, it'd been, you know, a couple of years, I think, since they had a main arena fight. So this is a big time.
You got, listen, both are extraordinary talents. Extraordinary talents. Shakur, oh my God, flawless. Don't telegraph his punches. They come right out the holster. They come right out the clip. You got Teofimo, who's extremely athletic. He reminds me of Roy Jones. You never know what he's going to do. It's kind of hard to train for somebody like that because you don't know what Teo's going to show up.
Dan is not trying to sell drama. He's trying to sell context. Furthermore, context is risky since it eliminates justifications. 5 minutes from home, 2 elite fighters engage in combat where reputations endure. No strange setting, no trip stress, and no novel audience. Dan is subtly stating that this is about credibility while we continue to debate styles. When the lights are harsh, who truly owns their former successes? You can make jokes about being dull. You can make jokes about explosions, But history doesn't give a damn when the bell sounds at Madison Square Garden. Only when the stage finally matched the discussion did it remember who was present. As soon as Dan frames this as the place and date of a legacy meeting, Lonnie B pulls the conversation out of the press row comfort zone, stressing unpredictability over resumes, calling Shakur perfect while noting that such praise brings pressure when plans fail, and emphasizing that Teofimo's unscripted athleticism, reminiscent of Roy Jones, means anything can happen at any moment, where neat narratives fall apart.
Josh Taylor.
Josh Taylor.
Okay.
Look what he did to Josh Taylor. Oh my God. I mean, just playing with him. Just hitting him with big shots. Just doing whatever he wants, styling on him. So you can never count Teo out. You can never count Teo out, man. He's, like I said, an extraordinary talent, but so is Shakur. I do think Shakur can't lay on the ropes like he do. I think Shakur got to be a lot more active this fight. Because once you let Teo get in this groove, he's a hard train to stop, man. And he's athletic. You never know what he's I'm looking forward to seeing it. I can't wait to see it. I got it a 50-50 fight, depending on who can impose their will.
50-50?
Yeah, I got it 50-50.
You don't got who gonna win? We can't go 50-50. Somebody gotta win it. This ain't not gonna be no draw.
See, like I'm just like I can't pick a winner because it's like I can see Shakur winning it, and I also can see Teo winning it.
Okay.
And I can see Shakur winning it. Then I can see Teo winning it. Then it's like, well.
When Zab mentions the Garden, it's not geography but energy, the pressure of a packed, partisan crowd, and he even links it to the Bud Crawford mindset of we don't do normal things, predicting not a fight but suffocation, with Shakur slipping away as Teofimo presses, and his blunt use of dismantle shows how cleanly he sees the styles clashing and how confident he is in Shakur's control. You can argue moments, power, and explosiveness, but Zab's point is that moments don't matter if access is denied, because if Teofimo can't touch Shakur, everything else is noise. Put together, Dan frames it as timing and legacy, Lonnie as will versus unpredictability, and Zab as the hard math of control and access, with one fighter trying to create chaos without losing himself and the other trying to normalize it. This isn't hype versus dullness, but discipline colliding with instability under the brightest lights, asking the same quiet question every round. When the plan breaks down, who stays the same? Share your thoughts in the comments, and remember to like, share, and subscribe.